Good evening. My name is Sebang Magnificent Kusi, a student at the University of Johannesburg, UJS they call it. I'm doing my BA Honours in Film and Television, majoring in both Film and Television and Communication Studies. So the reason why I decided to do this video is one of my question why I decided to post this video. I was like, I want to give my views and yeah, my point of view on this interesting topic that I had the privilege of participating in a few weeks ago, which is under the Metoo movement, the hashtag Metoo movement. So the topic that was given to us was like, does the hashtag Metoo movement enable social change and gender equality at the grassroots level? So I was like, yes, it does. When I was looking at the topic, I was like, from some extent, it does. And we need to be honest with that. It does enable social change because for us to understand a lot of things, we need to unpack the term social change because that's where we lose the whole argument. Once we start saying, no, it doesn't, no, it does not do that. And I was like, yes, it does enable social change. So before I do that, before I explore on the term social change, I'd like to give to contextualize the Metoo movement in some extent because the main reason I'm contextualizing is to show that if it took 11 years for Twitter, which was developed in 2006, mind you, when the same movement was established by Cherina Becker, a movement who gave a woman, sorry, a woman who gave who wanted to give a voice, wanted to give a platform to some women who are marginalized or some women, especially women of color who were marginalized, judged, or suffered the same prejudice or suffered the same or were victims of gender-based violence, victims of GPH, either in a workplace, household, or in any certain institution where women were working. And it's the movement grows to become, or the movement which started as a campaign grow to become something very big in society, which gave a voice to not only women currently in society, it also gave a voice to all genders, males, the LGBTQ plus community. It was a very interesting movement. So I'd like us to look at if it took it 11 years to reach Twitter, it shows that the movement as social change, it's a process on its own. It's something that does not happen overnight. It's something that takes time for it to happen. It needs people who are brave and people who are willingly to indulge in this particular thing. So Alison Milan was the first woman to tweet about this particular issue, a famous actress who was like, if someone has suffered or has been a victim of gender-based violence, please tweet Metoo underneath this post. And the post reached 85 countries and then 175 million reactions, 850,000 replies. And it shows that South Africa, by the way, was also one of the countries that partake or that was in this particular tweet. And then the movement came into South Africa, and then a lot of people started to partake in it. And it gave birth to some of the micro movement, which I like to call the macro movement, because of the Metoo movement is considered as the mother body in this issue, the mother body, which gave birth to the other movements, such as in South Africa movements such as the hashtag We Believe Her, hashtag In My Next, which became prominent after the case of Uyinene, which was raped or which was raped and killed in the post office, and the Am I Next? I think it was developed after the case of Koloma Tabane, a guy who was a director, a prominent filmmaker, director at SABC, who wanted to do casting in a woman and wanted to sleep in with them to give them possession. And all those cases were reported in Twitter. All those cases, or most of the cases, as that we believe hashtag In My Next, were being prominent or given a platform in Twitter. And a lot of people started to tweet underneath those particular tweets. And it showed that if a platform like that, if a platform like Twitter, Facebook can have such hashtags and can give a voice to the voiceless or people who've been the same, who've suffered from the same victim, like the case of Kalamataba, and it shows that social change is something that does not happen overnight. It's a gradual process. It's a process. So everyone needs to believe and trust in the process that by giving it time, a lot of cases can be explored, which cannot judge a thing by when it was founded yesterday, it was founded a year ago. Because if you can look at the foundation of this one, of the Me Too movement, its foundation helped to establish other micro movements or other micro campaigns within the South African context. And a lot of cases have been reported so far since its foundation. So that's my view in this case, that we cannot just say the Me Too movement hasn't done anything when it has done, what it has produced or it has given us social change. You've seen social change through such a movement. So that's my view on it. If you like the video, if you agree with me, please comment here, hit the like button and subscribe. I love you all. Thank you.